Yeah, that's right. I'm standing for the LDP at the upcoming federal election in the Electorate of McPherson in Queensland. Now, before you start with the why you're running for the House of Reps, you have a better chance in the Senate. Yeah, I get it, but I came to this pretty late on in the process, and it's not like you can walk into a party as a relative unknown and demand where you're going to run. I was asked by the LDP if I would stand for the House of Reps down on the Gold Coast, and that's exactly what I'm going to do to support the cause of liberty. McPherson is right down in the southeast corner of Queensland, bordering on New South Wales, extending from the Currumbin Valley and Coolangatta in the south to just north of Robina. McPherson is a safe Liberal seat. In fact, since it was created in 1949, it's always been a coalition seat. The incumbent Karen Andrews has been the federal member since 2010 and won comfortably at the last election. So my aim is to try and raise awareness of the LDP and the pro-freedom politics that they advocate for, which doesn't mean that I'll be out there kissing babies and giving press conferences. The only reason I was approached in the first place is because of the modest following I've built here on YouTube. So this will continue to be my primary method of putting forth my views. And hopefully I can assist in raising awareness of other LDP candidates in Queensland. We have a total of 5 running for the House of Reps: Bertrand Caddard in Fairfax, Rick Davies in Rankin, Jake Welsh in Fadden, Sly Griffin in Moncrief, and of course myself in McPherson. We also have a Queensland Senate ticket led by Gabe Buckley. Gabe came close to snaring a seat in the 2016 election when all 12 Queensland Senate seats were up for grabs following the double dissolution. The Lib Dems polled 5th on the primary vote, with the final 3 seats coming down to a contest between 9 candidates. Gabe made it to the last 5 and was eliminated on preferences. Now, in my last video on the election, I posted this chart of the percentage of primary vote in the House of Representatives, but it's the Senate where the minor parties generally have their biggest impact. As you can see, minor parties attracted more than a third of the vote back in 2016, with the crossbench holding a total of 20 seats. Of the 6 seats up for grabs in Queensland this year, it's likely that the Coalition and the ALP will retain 4 of them, and that will leave a very interesting race for the final 2 seats between 6 likely frontrunners, they being Fraser Anning for the Australian Conservatives, Malcolm Roberts for One Nation, Clive Palmer for Palmer United, Larissa Waters for the Greens, Lyle Shelton for the Australian Conservatives, and the aforementioned Gabe Buckley for the LDP. So it would be fantastic to see Gabe nab one of those seats, and hopefully Larissa Waters nabs neither of them. Apparently spending millions on advertising has done Clive Palmer some good. Palmer United is polling 14% in the House of Reps seat of Herbert, which might do Labor out of the seat there, as it now appears Palmer is doing a preference deal with the Liberal Party. Now, Palmer United's national policy statement consists of a grand total of 177 words. He also panders to the gender equality crowd. Here's a sample from one of his press ads. When we consider the amount of wealth available to women at retirement compared to men, it reveals that Australian women are still not appreciated, respected and valued as they should be. No, actually, Clive, it reflects that on average, women retiring today have done a hell of a lot less work than men of the same age. History has shown us that legislation is an effective tool in achieving social change. We have seen that in the workforce and in the application of racial discrimination laws. We need to have a proper gender balance in our cabinet and ministry. If Canada can do it, why can't we? Really? You want to use Justine Trudeau as your exemplar? Why? Because it's the current year? But that's Palmer for you, light on detail and big on virtue signalling. The LDP, on the other hand, has an extensive range of policy positions, 36 to be exact, from issues such as taxation, immigration, energy policy and the environment, to free speech, deregulating universities and the legalisation of cannabis and vaping, just to name a few. So I encourage you to go to the LDP website and check out our policy positions. And don't forget, if you're in the electorate of McPherson, you know what to do come election day. And I'll see you next time.